Hello and welcome back to Dishonored with me, Yorick. And in this episode, I'm going to pick up a rune. Okay, first we need to find the rune. Okay, this might be difficult. Okay, I think I see it. Okay, everyone, let's be quiet. Stealthy, no one's on me. Yes! Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like we accomplished a lot this episode. So, I think this is time for me to depart. No, I'm lying. I think I'll do a little more than a 30-second episode. Strangely enough, not quite that satisfying. For the rest of this episode, I'm going to clear this area, which is the last part before Sokolov's little safe house, then finish the mission. Yeah, that's about it. And I saved. So, there's something I keep forgetting to mention, but the bridge in this level, it's inspired by London Bridge, and the design looks like Tower Bridge, specifically, but the idea behind it is off of London Bridge. And if you don't know what London Bridge is, you might recall when you were a kid, a little nursery rhyme you might have said, you know, London Bridge is falling down, that one. Basically, London Bridge was a very expensive and very large bridge that was structurally sound enough that houses were actually built on this very long bridge. And I just cheated, yes. I just jumped over, and I enjoy it. Double jump for the win. But so many houses were built on it and eventually collapsed. Unfortunately, the bridge in this game doesn't have houses actually built on it, just near it. Now, we need to be careful. There's lots of rats down here. But fortunately, I have the anti-rat weapon. The grenade. I don't know how you get rid of your rat infestation, and they're not going full body. This is how I do it. Mostly because the grenade serves no other purpose in this game. There's a lot of better things to use than grenades. Okay, I'm being careful here. Oh, shoot. Fine, I'll just slap him. Because there's a lady there and I don't want to hit her. Contrary to what movies seem to think how grenades work, they're not an explosive device per se. How they kill you is primarily the grenade fragments under the explosion.
So that I can get out.
Or, inside there's an explosive, yes. Okay, maybe I missed some rats. There's explosive inside. The grenade shatters and the shards just slice through everything around them. That's how grenades actually work. And that's a lot more horrifying now that I think about it than actual explosion. I mean, just having metal shards rip through everything around it.
Thank you for helping.
So, be careful when you are using your grenades to deal with your rat problems.
So many rats, completely infested. I know some folks aren't superstitious, but I swear, the rats showed up after a man came through, waving around an amulet of some kind. It looked like it was made of bone. But he's dead now, like the others who were living here.
Silly woman. You can't use a bone charm to summon rats. You need at least 4 runes. Psst. Don't even know the basic game mechanics. It's so cute. And now, I'm gonna loot. So remember, I'm an assassin, and that means it's okay. Alright. First should open the door. Here, let me help you out. And we're good. Okay, fine. Go out of my way to open the door for you, and you don't even thank me. Just stand there. Okay, nothing here. Going upstairs. What else to say? I suppose about Sokolov. I don't know. The outsiders seem to cover him decently well. He definitely is like reminiscent of some sort of like Da Vinci sort of figure, you know, a genius who kind of dabbles in everything. Actually, although Da Vinci is most well known, I think, for his paintings, most people tend to forget that he wasn't really fond of being a painter. In fact, there was a time in his life when he spent quite a bit of it trying to convince people. Shoot, I'm trying to grab. Yeah, there we go. That he was basically a weapons engineer. Went to like, I won't give like real detailed version of the story, but basically he went to like a nobility family with these very detailed plans for the time super weapons. You know, like here's a giant crossbow bolt, just destroy, you know, any type of artillery or, you know, a bombardment device. He's going through all these little pictures of all these hypothetical weapons that he can make for them, and he goes, wait, aren't you Da Vinci? Oh, you paint pictures. Can you paint a picture of my wife? Needless to say, he wasn't really happy about that. Maybe I'm mixing this up. Is this Da Vinci's story? I'm pretty certain it is. I might be mixing up two figures. I'm fairly certain I am correct, but I will note if I'm wrong. Probably. I might just pretend I'm right. And you'll never know. Except I just brought that up as a fact, at which point you might just go on Wikipedia or something. I am the most professional of all LPers. If you look up in a dictionary the word professionalism, you won't see my picture or any reference to me, but just know that when they were writing that definition, they were thinking about me. Also, I don't remember if I've mentioned this before, but the bone charms, besides the first couple, are randomly generated, so that's the reason I'm showing them to you. You can see what powers I got just when I use the pop-up wheel to choose them, but the bone charms, it's random through each playthrough, so I figure I'd show what I have and what I'm choosing. There were some really good ones, too, and then there were some really, really not good ones. Okay, this is, if you take the route I'm going, you need double jump and long blink. I think you might be able to get away with it single blink, but that's the only guard who can even possibly stop you.
A word game? Okay, so why would no screams worry you more?
Because it is our job to look after Sokolov and make absolutely sure he continues his work. The screams are evidence his work continues. Thus, the screams are evidence that I have done my job.
Yeah, Sokolov isn't quite a perfect analog to Da Vinci. This guy's a bit messed up. Like, severely. Sort of more the doctor interested in science, not so interested in anything resembling ethics.
Which came to me most vividly in a dream last night. Has great potential, according to the latest celestial alignment. As for test subject 312, after the characteristic sloughing of the skin, she should be dead by mid-morning tomorrow.
Please let me.
And he's quiet. Yeah, this guy is really sick.
Sokolov here. Excellent progress today. Test subject 312 is declining rapidly. As I theorized, formulas 12 and 17, administered in combination, greatly accelerate the progression of the disease. Interestingly, the respiratory mucosa has erupted and raised pus, grayish in color, which burst, causing hemorrhaging and pain. I now turn my hopes and energies to Formula 25, which, in conjunction with a high heat therapy, which came to me most vividly in a dream last night.
Yeah. Actually, I just enjoy this particular document, so I'm reading it. Yeah, this is... If you look around this area, he has experiments going on. As this one... Ooh, trying to open the door. He deserved to be thrown into something.
Whoever you are, he kept me in a cage, like an animal. Pain is horrible right now, so I'll just hide in a corner and leave when I'm feeling better.
So, yeah. That's the lady he injected with the rat plague, and I believe this is a good action, but this is a case of... Granted, this guy is pretty purely scum, but at that point, you know, letting the woman out, sure, it's nice, but she's infected. There's nothing you can do to stop at this point. I'm not sure letting her out and spreading the disease is a better option either. Feels more morally gray to me than anything else. It's like, there's nothing you can do for her but what happened to her, so... Yeah, so you can find the evidence of a lot of experimentation. Like right here. Those are people he intends to experiment on. But since I'm taking him away, I don't think there's any point to risking the chance of getting caught. No one's going to be experimented on now that this...
Royal physician himself.
Oh, he's gone.
He made a neat job.
Hi, Samuel.
Drop him here and we'll be off.
Oh, this is an anti-climax climax. So yeah, pretty much the opposite of the last mission.